Good morning, Mr. Barnes.
Sir, David, sir.
You made it out.
Yes, I did.
Just, we're not asking for much, man. Just be careful, behave. Don't do anything you shouldn't do, you know? Is those cases are still open in Fort Bend or what?
The current case is still open in Fort Bend. It's still pending. Your next court date is down there.
It's on March. Not all the cases are open.
One of them's still open. Paul Two's representing him. I talked to Paul yesterday, and it's set for sometime in March. I can't recall the exact.
It's okay.
Information just for PR bond.
Yes, sir.
So ask you some questions. Make sure you speak respect.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Mr. Barnes.
Good afternoon, Judge Fleischer. Sir.
Good morning.
So
Good morning, sir.
reason I have you out now is that your lawyer is asking me to give you a PR bond. And the magistrate at the time did not see fit because you were on bond for an aggravated assault case out of Fort Bend County, and you've now picked up another case here, which is possession of marijuana. I don't know anything about your case, so we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. At the outset, I'm going to tell you now that I want my city protected. Above all else, in the short time we have on this planet here, my only concern is public safety. And if you're going to endanger my public, I'm not going to have it, and I'll just have you waiting in orange until we get your day in court. Do you understand?
I understand that, Judge, sir.
Please.
Sure. On September 4th, 2024, officers conducted a business check at a gas station in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, officers observed a white Dodge Charger in the parking lot with one male in the driver's seat and one male standing at the driver's side window. The officer observed the driver of the vehicle and the male standing outside the window making an exchange of an unknown item in a plastic bag and with money. As deputies walked up to the vehicle, they smelled a strong odor of marijuana coming from the inside of the vehicle. This gave officers reasonable suspicion to believe that these males were in possession of marijuana. Officers approached the passenger side of the car and came in contact with the defendant, who was the front seat passenger. The defendant stepped out of the vehicle. Officers conducted a pat down and discovered a large bulge in front of the defendant's shorts. Where they touched sounded like a bag ruffling together. Officers conducted a search on the defendant and looked at the Ziploc bag containing marijuana in his front waistband. Marijuana weighed 1.27 ounces.
Can you run an NCIC? I'd like to know, please, his criminal history, and then he's on bond for an aggravated assault. What happened in that? Is it with a deadly weapon? Did someone get shot? Is it with a machete? Do we know anything about it?
We don't have any information outside of Fort Bend, but we can try to get that information for you.
He goes to court on October 7th on that case. Next scheduled appearance date there.
Does he have any other criminal history? I think that, Carl, at a minimum, what I'd like to do is I'd like to know how deep, how serious that ag assault is. Perhaps we can roll it to tomorrow. I can have them reach out to Fort Bend to see what they have.
Okay. He had a previous charge in 2023 out of Fort Bend for a resisting arrest, as well as a previous possession of marijuana in 2023 out of Fort Bend, as well as a conviction for a failure to ID out of Fort Bend in 2023. He had a criminal trespass in 2023.
Wow, how old are you, man?
I'm only 18, sir.
Holy moly, and you have all this and you're just 18?
That's it, Your Honor.
Why would we keep giving you bonds, man?
I just know.
I mean, dude, you cannot continue to pick up cases. You're freaking 18 years old and you already have 7 priors and you're on bond for an aggravated assault?
I'm not a criminal, sir.
Really?
I'm not.
I've got a full head of hair. I've got flowing locks. I can braid my hair too. I mean, at some point we got to say, you can't just continue to pick up cases and expect good results. Now is that time. And the thing about it is your bond is really, really low. All that needs to happen is someone pony up $250 to get you out. And you now know you don't have anyone to do that. You need to consider that next time you're out in the free world. If I don't have anyone to bond me out, what's going to happen if I pick up a new case? You are stuck like Chuck. That's what's going to happen. Mr. Barnes, I'm sorry, man. It ends today. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have we done PC on this yet or no?
We haven't done anything because he was in custody.
Right. Okay, so we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. I just want to see if there's enough to go forward on your case. I don't know what happened. Okay, Alex, please.
Judge. On September 4th, 2024, the officer observed a hand-to-hand transaction between the driver of a parked vehicle and another individual. The defendant was a passenger in the vehicle, and the officer approached and smelled a strong odor of marijuana. The officer asked the defendant to step out of the vehicle and saw in plain view a scale in the driver's side door, and the officer detained the defendant and the driver. The officer found a bag of marijuana in the defendant's waistband pursuant to a pat-down, and the weight of the marijuana was 1.27 ounces.
Are you telling me he saw him do a hand-to-hand transaction or someone else?
The driver of the vehicle was a hand-to-hand transaction, and when he approached the vehicle, he asked the defendant and the driver who did a hand-to-hand transaction to exit. And furthermore, the officer smelled an odor of marijuana.
I know, but why would he search him?
What?
I get it on the driver because he sees the hand-to-hand contact with them, but he's just sitting there.
Your Honor, the only thing would be officer safety, just the pat down.
All right, Mr. Barnes, I'm going to find no probable cause. Just be careful. All right? Really. You hang with dogs, what happens? No. You get fleet. Well, you can get bit too, right? Please.
He's a bad dog.
Just don't hang out with the wrong people. All right? Come on.